Hello, my pretties. Welcome to my annual Halloween special. Similar to last year, we'll be stepping into the world of Breath of the Wild to uncover something truly creepy. Over the last few years, many theorists have touched upon the strange happenings of the Night of the Red Moon, otherwise known as the Blood Moon. This ominous phenomenon occurs randomly when the clock strikes 12, causing Ganon's power to rise to its peak, in turn allowing his influence to spread across Hyrule, reviving fallen enemies, spicing up your cooking game, and even allowing malice to rise from the depths of Hyrule. However, as chilling as these events may be, it's the Blood Moon's effect on one specific character that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I present you with Patient Zero, Hino of the Dueling Peaks Stable. On a normal evening in Hyrule, Hino is your average selenophile. He's obsessed with the moon, more specifically, the Blood Moon. In fact, Hino is so infatuated with his study of it that he's completely altered his sleep cycle to work the graveyard shift just to stare at the thing all night. Starting from 12 p.m., Hino will leave his bed to stand outside the Dueling Peaks Stable, pondering over his findings from the previous night. Once the moon rises at 10 p.m., his eyes are locked on until roughly 2 a.m. when the moon sets, after which his demeanor will completely change, almost as if he's depressed that the moon has disappeared into the night sky. From this point, Hino will stand in front of the stable for about another hour until he finally goes off to bed at 3 a.m. Day in and day out, Hino will keep up this routine to a T, except for the night of the Blood Moon, but we'll get there in due time. First, we need to look over a few of Hino's unusual behaviors that stand out prior to the occurrence of the Blood Moon. Upon further conversation with Patient Zero, I noticed an intense level of enthusiasm for something others in Hyrule find menacing. Asking Hino about the Blood Moon prompts him to share his findings. Whenever the clock strikes midnight on unlucky nights, the sky turns blood red. That's the Blood Moon. When that happens, monsters come back to life, no matter how many times you've defeated them. It's happened for so long now that no one really pays it any mind, but I have no plan on giving up my research. While it's no crime to be excited about the subject you're currently engrossed in, there's something off about that smile of his. During further study of the patient, I was able to find that Hino can become extremely agitated when a storm is passing through the area. I mean, honestly, who can blame him? We all hate the rain in this game, don't we? Though, it's this outburst that caught my attention. Hino is usually cool, calm, and collected. But don't you block out that night sky. That's a surefire way to peeve this guy off. It's as if he can't get his fix of moonlight, or rather, bloodlight. Still, getting angry because of a failed day of research is entirely understandable even in this situation. It's not until the night of the Red Moon that you'll start to see Hino for who he really is. You see, on unlucky nights when the clock strikes midnight, the sky turns blood red, and little Mr. Hino here likes to run around Dueling Peaks Stable like a deranged lunatic, screaming, "Here it comes! Blood! It's so red! So gloriously red! My blood! It's boiling! Grr! 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 Arise, monsters!" The first time I witnessed this, I quietly stopped and ran the opposite direction, hoping he wasn't going to turn into a Wolfos and murder me. To my surprise, after the Blood Moon came to an end, Hino just went back to his same old spot and started staring off at the moon like nothing happened. Is Hino secretly a Wernox? No, maybe a Stalfos. Wait, that really wouldn't work either, would it? I'd venture to say it's possible Hino's constant exposure to the light of the Blood Moon could be causing him to become influenced by Calamity Ganon in some manner, presumably enough for him to form an extreme obsession over the Red Moon, all while pushing him to have some sort of manic episode during one, seemingly worshipping the sight of the Red Moon and the revival of the monsters that plague Hyrule. Regardless of if he's changing into a werewolf or not, it's nerve-wracking simply knowing that Calamity Ganon's power is so potent it can even change a man into a mindless lunatic for an evening. What makes all of this even more intriguing is that this might be a nod to the real-world myth that a full moon can make you crazy. For countless centuries, various doctors have made a connection between manic episodes and the full moon. For instance, the words lunacy and lunatic are both derived from the Latin word luna, which was used to describe the Roman moon goddess of old. Many ancient astronomers such as Aristotle and Pliny the Elder pointed the blame at the moon for multiple forms of insanity, commonly placing disorders like mania, epilepsy, and countless others under this wide umbrella, attributing them to the effect the moon had on the human brain. This mirrors Hino's issue rather well, a way to honor the myth of the moon and its power over the human body. Though I could totally be looking way too far into things on this one, I think something is afoot with Mr. Hino. On one hand, it's rather suspicious that the blood moon doesn't affect anyone else in Hyrule, but on the other, it's highly probable that Hino's research leaves him in a vulnerable state. I wouldn't think staring at something that's helping boost the power of an evil entity would be beneficial for your mental health. Calamity Ganon slowly pushing his way into poor Hino's psyche, ultimately leaving him brainwashed while under the light of the blood moon. For our sake, Hino is perfectly harmless. Creepy as all heck, but harmless. So that's Patient Zero, Hino of the Dueling Peaks Stable, a lunatic that stares at the moon in a cycle with no end. His blood moon will rise again. Hino's hatred will ever follow your save file for all time. That's a wrap. What'd you think? Is Calamity Ganon influencing Hino, or is he just a crazy guy that loves the moon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me for this short Halloween-inspired Zelda theory. Make sure to stick around to the end to check out the Zelda pumpkins my beautiful wife and I carved for the holiday. Enjoy the rest of the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. RMFH out.